introduction of the ban system fundamentally changes how Marvel Rivals is played. You can no longer just one-trick a character. You can no longer just play the most broken synergies up to this rank. There are going to be some strategies that are extremely overpowered if you know how to play them that are going to be banned very consistently in the Diamond rank. Now, if I were to give you any ban tips, I would say don't listen to what the meta bans are. You could just constantly ban, like, Hulk, for instance, and you never know if the enemy team even plays a Hulk, and there's other ways to counter. You're not just going to instant lose to some random Hulk Iron Man all the time. What I would say more importantly is ban characters that give your hero
So, I saw everybody blowing me up. They were blowing up my inbox, blowing up my comments, blowing up my Twitter, blowing up my Discord, everything. I saw that there were some patch notes that are leaked. I haven't taken a look at any of them. I've just been told Magic was nerfed, so I'm going to prepare myself, but I'm sitting here, I'm gonna wait with bated breath, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as some people might be making it out to be. We will see how big it is, but we're gonna go over all of them. They were leaked. This is a little early. The patch drops for on the 21st for those of you that are uninformed and are just stopping in and hearing about this news now. So we're gonna go ahead and go. I'm a little bit later to the game than others, but regardless, I'm gonna make
You'll
a video.
need a top-notch team to win
starting
this
off
one.
with the full list of patch notes, it's gonna be Venom. Venom's frenzied arrival ability now
Who are you
features
calling
an
a
inward
raccoon,
knockback
huh?
at a specific angle, making it more effective in controlling enemy positioning. Additionally, the ultimate energy cost has been reduced, so it just seems like an all-around buff and a quality of life change. This is fine. Venom right now in the current meta that stands with triple support feels kind of hard to play. Kind of just feels like a walking like ultimate charge unit. He's not bad by any means. It's just the current state of the game is kind of holding him back a little bit more than people kind of like realize. Venom himself is pretty good fit, but right now there's just not really any there's no incentive in playing him.
30 seconds before you attack.
Character
Get
I
ready.
quite like a lot and I think is super duper underrated. Captain America's defensive utility has been improved with Absolute Will now being usable while jumping.
Here's the deal,
Okay.
Spider Friends.
Additionally, his projectile speed, or his projectile attack vibranium energy saw has been enhanced for better speed and effect. Added the ability to use Absolute Will for defense
The battle
during
starts in
jumping.
5, 4,
Increased from
3,
60 to 80.
2,
Holy
1.
crap, bro. Projection
All you
speed.
need to do is
hit
capture the
increased
mission
from 100 to
area.
150.
Got it?
This thing's gonna be damn near.
Friends have saved
Dude,
my
this
life
thing's gonna
far more
feel
times
like
than
a
weapons.
mantis.
Even so, it's always
Projectiles.
nice to have
This
a
thing's
couple
gonna
of
be
weapons.
fast as shit. Oh my god. That is actually huge. Way better. For those of you that don't know,
I'll patch you up.
Always
scratch my back.
going to allow him to do more damage per second. He's going to return his land package. He's actually going to be able to make it so that he can cancel this much quicker. It's going to go much faster through the air. It's also going to make his like animation cancels with the shield a lot better as well. That's kind of great. That's actually a good buff. That's a good change.
Oh, I'm gonna get some revenge.
Thor is a character. I think his ultimate is, in my opinion, the toughest part to use in his
Relay
kit, but
deploy.
we'll see.
It ain't
Thor's
cheap.
Rune Awakening ability no longer has a cooldown after the duration. Really? Okay, so he's just gonna get
My
the
force is in preparation.
right after Rune Awakening, his stuff's just instantly back. Like he's just able to start using cooldowns again. That's crazy. That's actually wild.
This is a nice spot.
Okay, that's a big quality of life.
I'll patch you up. I feel like
Wall
I told you,
placement rate
Punisher,
is
stick
slightly
together.
Interesting. That's
Why would I need you?
one for better positioning and area control. Wall placement rate.
The life force wants to
Small
kill you.
change, not really that crazy. That's a little bit big.
You're ready for action.
Magneto's primary attack has been buffed for more damage.
That's fucking hurt.
Primary attack 35 to 40.
Appreciate it.
Current energy cost increased from 50 to 65.
You're welcome.
The only
And the
squid I
duration
want is an appetizer.
adjusted from 2 to 1.
This is real firepower.
But I think Magneto is strong.
I'm ready to put on a show.
You're welcome.
Strength getting
Ready for a boost?
really good. He's very, very dominant. He's played in literally every matchup, so They probably actually could have done further, but I'm okay with the changes. Holy crap, that's a novel.
I'll patch you up.
Iron Fist has received multiple changes, including fire damage, stronger healing from harm. However, some other Harmony recovery bonus HP per
I'll
time
patch you up.
50 to 150.
Someone scratch my back.
Really? That's a huge change. Because the problem with Iron Fist wasn't even that technically
Like a fish.
explode so easy.
Oh, did you see
That's
that?
why in Lobilo he's so good, is because nobody knows how to kill
Launch it
people.
again.
Dragon's defense HP
You're
converted
welcome.
from block increase from 150 to 200. That's big. That's a lot bigger than it reads. Base
I'm
HP
attacked
increased
here.
250 to
Pay up.
300.
These beasts must belong to me.
Wow.
Restore health, remember?
This guy's close.
I'll patch you up.
150.
Battlefield ready for
Only 60 seconds left.
Bro, he still had 650 HP when he was at full stacks? Really?
That's the stuff.
First, second,
I am ready to put on a show.
It seems we have company.
You're welcome.
So the damage nerf is way big. Honestly, 250 to 300 HP is a big one. That was giving up bonus HP just for free. This is
Down
crazy.
to 30 seconds.
Cooldown time of combo attack speed increased from 1 to 1.
You still can push. You can push one more time.
Sun
I have ult.
increased from 19 to 10.
Count on me. I got a plan.
19 to 10, so it's almost
Stick together, stick together, stick together.
each of the Sun
I'll patch you up.
1.7%.
Go, 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 go.
Oh,
The final 10 seconds.
oh, they wanted to. Oh, so they take the damage within here.
Against the world. The last team fight. We have a
I
winner.
actually think this is a really, really decent change. I think we're gonna see a lot.
Those guys are about to shoot at us.
He was mid. I hate to break it to you.
You're welcome.
Stop focusing. Pretty ass.
Team play.
This is a good change for people that actually like Iron Fist. You might be seeing a bit of Iron Fist
This is a
like
nice
this, advanced. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Flexible elongation ability now has a larger spell field and knocks enemies out.
Let's take a step back.
Huh. Brainiac bounce damage has been increased but at a higher energy cost. This is fantastic. Flexible elongation spell field increased from 2.5 to 5 meters. That's huge. That's pretty good. Now knocks enemies outwards after landing. Charge increased from 8 seconds to 10.
Let's help get that vehicle to its destination.
Okay. Damage increased from 50 to 70.
You're welcome.
So that should scale down. Scale
ready to
balance.
lock
So I would imagine that he gets that with 20
I feel
on
like
the other
myself
balances, I think,
again.
or maybe like an extra 5. Like, because I think 100 damage is what he actually
Enemy
ends up
turret.
doing for the last one. So I wonder and you talk about 3, 4. Okay, that's it. 28 to 30.
You're ready for action. Is that all you got anymore?
Iron Man
I am ready to put on a show.
increased from 120 to 140 per second.
You're welcome.
Whoa.
Get ready to lock.
Really?
Waiting. Keep
So
going.
I guess they're giving me some different You want to see how he does?
Around if I were you.
Because I guess that is a big issue. With Hulk being banned so often in Halo, you don't see Iron Man.
You're ready for
You still
action.
don't see Iron Man unless Hulk is like there. I think what they're trying to do is get away from that. So I guess we'll see. I don't know if Hulk is there from this or maybe buff.
More bad guys. Just what we need.
Because right now,
I feel like myself again.
Only 60 seconds left.
playing Iron Man without
Us against the world.
essentially playing I'll have to see this in game before I actually have it. I imagine this is going to hurt. It's going to feel really shit.
You're welcome.
Armor overdrive
just in
increased from
time.
80 to 180 to 190. Maybe we not even had change.
This is real fire power.
Down to 30 seconds.
This is pretty interesting to me.
I'll
Then
patch you
damage
up.
is not-
They won't call it
health increase like increases was very reduced balance. Somebody actually, I don't know. Okay, so
Team play. That's me. You're welcome.
After this is a shit change. Why? He's still strong. Why are we buffing this character? He's so good. These things are so heavy. This is a dumb buff. This character, if he's good and played in high elo, is still admin. Server
Touch,
admin.
touch.
Get it, it's dumb. Increase from 50 to 75, whatever. I mean, that sucks for, like, Magic, for sure. Wait. That sucks for all dives, just being realistic. Because
The
this
current
character
score
can one-shot
is
you, and
1,
the value,
2,
like, having to do that on some of
0.
these points, it doesn't, you know, some of these points in
Time
this
to
game, the
switch
nerf that you
things
got
up,
last patch just doesn't really
including
matter.
which side you're on.
Damage increase from 20 to 15. I don't
Open
really
your
know.
eyes.
It's a big thing.
Reality is
Spellfield
but
damage
an
increase
The
from
right
25
heroes
to
could
30.
make all the
I don't
difference.
really know, but
Who are
I don't
you
know if this
calling a
ability was good.
raccoon, huh?
Present slash cooldown decreased to 12 seconds, so he's getting another thing of survivability on top of that. Bow. Wait, what? I thought they were buffing his ultimate now charges faster. So he just gets more charge. So he just gets more for doing damage, I guess. Ultimate bow charge speed is accelerated. Draw speed increase from 1.2 to 1.2.
Who are you calling a
Whatever.
raccoon?
I will bring
This
peace to
is a
this
little
hill.
scary.
I am no
Okay.
golden
Ultimate
god.
now charges faster.
I am
that
simply a
frightens me
man who
little bit.
wishes to
'Cause
use his power
I don't know,
for
like,
good.
people that were not here in Season 0 playing
We'll be
against
coming in
Hawkeye
30
last patches
seconds. Stay
did not
strong.
fun, so we'll see. Storm's range damage gets toned down slightly, but our team aura now provides better boost.
I
Okay.
have peered
Wind blade
into the
damage 30
infinite
to
void.
from 70 to
There is
60%.
nothing to fear.
Okay. Self boost from 16 to 12. Oh, that's fine. Team
You
okay,
shall
so they
see
made
enough,
the
one way
aura
or another.
boost
The battle
lower
starts in
on her.
5,
That's good. That's fine.
4,
I don't care though.
3, 2,
And self boost.
One.
Okay. So that she just
You
more
have to
team
stop
oriented.
them from
That's good.
securing
That's
the
a good
mission
change.
area.
That's a good change. It's a great change. Ultimate
Don't
is
hold
now
your
more
emotions.
expensive
Let
and
'em
won't be
out.
used as frequently. This is fine. This character having a higher charge is fine. This ultimate's really annoying, but it's really good in the sense of like it forces you to use a
Come to me
support
for healing.
even better. Wanda, ultimate gives a temporary attack.
restore health. Remember,
This is good. This character sucks. Again, so what she's gonna do is don't focus on this character. She had the use case of if Namor was banned, you know, stop dying, quantum match like Negro or the Squirtle.
I am at your
And
service.
you really do not have it. So this is fine. 100 bonus HP applied on cast, pays at 50 seconds. So you get 2 seconds after of having
This location must be destroyed.
it's fine. It's okay. The ultimate's probably still not gonna be that good.
us against the world.
The only way this ultimate becomes actually good is they do it with Thor and they like either make it faster or they make it unselfish. Which they don't.
Together.
Honestly, they might even do it for 125
The moon haunts you.
There's other parts that are wrong with the just like this is so strong.
There you are. You know what's saving us now.
Spidey, dude, I saw everybody spearmonger. Spider-Man web shooters received a buff to people were like, Spider-Man's gonna get a nerf. This character sucks. This character was so bad last patch. Why are you so worried about it, man? Like, no, this is an okay paint killer. This is your suspicion from 3 seconds to 2.5. Because this character went from didn't have any web slingers actually from that play.
Cosmos heals.
Do you need them to cancel? Otherwise, you're not gonna get it. So this is a good change. Oh god, this is the big one. Moon Knight. Ultimate ability has
My life force is
significant.
By the eye of Agamotto.
This, huh? Conchu's this boost corrected the damage level from 75 damage for being in the middle of the spell.
Some extra
I have risen.
Fall back. Regroup.
From 75 damage. So now it falls faster. So
Adam, do the ult.
it falls faster, and if you're in the middle of the field,
Touch.
you're not
Ada baru kan kamu.
50. I actually enjoyed this.
You need to stop that vehicle.
For sure. So I'm hoping that we see some super changes. I'm seeing a lot
I
of
need assistance.
agencies and
Destroy the ult.
players
Better stop that vehicle.
Echo has also received a nerf, but her rifle ammo capacity has been increased. His character is okay. This is a bit of an interesting choice, though. Slowdown effect reduced from 80 to 55, so it's not that big of a deal. The damage you get there. Rifle capacity 8 to 50. That's a good game. You're actually gonna be able to spam shots a lot more often, building more damage.
That's a cosmic mice returns.
My life energy flows
Ultimate
strong.
cost reduced from 3700 to 34.
Healing power.
Clean up your toys, Spectre.
Eldritch Whirl normal.
Oh,
Damage
I need
reduced from
assistance.
45 to 40. And the demon got in there. This I don't care about so much. 80 seconds to 72. It's kind of sucks, but let's
The moon haunts you.
you're still gonna get value out of it. It's still gonna shred. But I think this is incentivized to just stop you from immediately just killing squishies right whenever they walk into the demon. Because right now, you don't really diving with the slash attack, the upward slash currently, like as I've been playing more, feels worse than just dropping a demon behind somebody and then just auto attacking them one time they die. So I actually think this is okay, especially because
Here come our next victims.
in the current sandbox, there's actually been a lot of well and how you live. Like, she's doing fine, she's fine. She plays really
Time
well.
I need healing.
I don't really know about this, but this is a good change. Ultimate cost reduced from 37 to 34 is a good change. You don't
By the eye of Agamotto.
this is a good change. But I mostly care about the cost. I don't know. You should be able to still do the one-shot combo on 250 HP targets. At worst, you have to throw in the slash attack, which, you know, is very clearly fair. This is more going to be a thing. People are like the Cosmos heal. But in my opinion, I wasn't really one-shot combo as much as I was earlier this season. If you land
Only 60 seconds left.
you will still land one shot. So just change with it once more, and it's definitely going to impact them throwing 275. Imagine it's going to be unplayable. No, this character's fine.
The moon.
While we're on this topic, do I think that she's going to actually lose the 15% damage buff that she has on her like seasonal passes?
Down to 30
No.
seconds.
My theory for the seasonal buffs, passive buffs that we get, is that those are just ways of them being like, hey, we're introducing something to see how it floats, and then you walk it back and split down. I don't think they know if that's going to go away. We all said it was going to last time. This character performs fine. There's no way they neuter this character by just straight getting rid of it without giving her something to do. But as for this currently buff and nerf,
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
it's not as bad as people make it out to be.
My strength is increased.
You
You are safe now,
This
my
is,
friend.
the ultimate cost reduce is actually pretty good. I think you're going to notice this a lot more than you think you will. The demon damage nerf is like whatever. I care about this a lot
Final
less because this one's going to be the one in the middle, Eldritch Whirl. That nerf is going to actually provide me. I'm going to have to test this whenever it comes out and see how bad it
Another
bad.
epic victory. Big win.
Hello, Soul Drainer ability seems to be getting a slight nerf. Soul Drainer damage fall off at 20 meters, 70% to 80%. I don't care. Nerf this character. This character is right. Whatever. It's a hella nerf. It's okay. Unconfirmed though, so we'll see. Do I actually think that this character's in the Hawkeye tier? She's still such a server admin whenever she's not banned. Right now, there's just so many other toxic shit. So many other toxic things in this game that feel really bad to play into. So, whatever. Adam, my duo's favorite character. Soul Bond ability received the buff. His primary fire damage has also been increased. Okay, that's fine. I think Adam right now, currently, other than maybe Jeff Valanchuk, is like far and away the worst of the support characters. I think Rocket. If people say Rocket is bad, in my personal opinion, as of right now, I think that there's a gap between Adam and Rocket. I think Rocket is the here, and then there's a tier, and then there's Adam. I think that, you know, of the non-ulting characters, it's like him and Jeff are kind of in that same boat. And I understand the point of him, but I feel like buffing him is good. Giving him more of a damage-oriented and then like support on the side is a good way of doing this. Healing increased from 10 to 15. Good, that's great. Primary fire increased from 55 to 60 with 60% damage fall off at 40 meters, up from 50%. So he has more fall off, but he has more damage base. So interesting. He's going to be a lot better at point blank. Or he's going to be better, not a lot, but we'll see. This is a good change. Soulbond change is a good one. I like this quite a bit. Cloak and Dagger. The ultimate cost has been increased with a bunch of tweaks and updates to the ability set. Thank you, God! I'm kissing your boots. Let's read. Ultimate cost increased from 3,400 to 4K. That's quite a jump. That is bigger than you think, by the way. This is a lot. You aren't going to see Cloak and Dagger get the 20-second ult anymore. This is really, really good. Dash lanes and fog that heals duration reduced from 10 to 8. So this is going to counteract the issue of when she got the extra ult dash, she just had 15 seconds after all of the ults were used. Like, she just took 15 seconds in total. It was disgusting.
Pick your hero or villain.
Pause
I'm not
reduced.
judging.
I don't like this. This is stupid. Make her keep this 1 second because it actually allows Magneto to kill her, and that allows team play to actually be had. You can't just mindlessly use the Cloak and Dagger ult. Healing effect of dash lanes no longer stacks. Oh, this is a huge change.
Be wary. No timeline exists where Magneto
Never mind, the pause is
yields.
fine. This is a huge change. So now, for those of you that don't know, before you could actually Cloak and Dagger ult back and forward, and it would allow you to stack the healing from the ultimate. You can no longer do that. That's really, really good.
I am not the
Vulnerability
man
on
I
enemies
used to be.
20% to 28%.
I
This
have
is a good
found
one.
a
Because
great
that
better than
ability,
one, I guess.
I feel like this is an okay change because I don't think that ability
30
is
seconds before you
particularly
attack.
OP.
Get ready.
8% is quite a jump though, so that's a bit interesting, but we'll see.
Steve.
Luna
buddy,
Ultimate has
we
been
gotta save the
increased from
world.
4K
Not
to
the first time.
4,500.
Won't be the last.
W. W's in chat.
We can pull it off.
Loki, same
I've
thing.
been in worse
3,400
games.
to 4K. Ammo increased though by 2. Okay. Really good change. Loki ult is really, really strong.
The
Because
battle
you can take
starts in
over,
5,
you know, Cloak,
4,
Luna, any,
3,
you know, of
2,
the support characters.
1.
Seems to me that
All you need
we're
to
going
do
to see
is
a
capture the
pattern of
mission
like these
area.
really
Got
omega
it?
strong ones just getting a complete buff,
Run
like,
the tactics
you know,
again.
change
Everything has to be
um,
watertight.
to how much they had for their ult charge. Cloak and Dagger already
Those
had
guys
a
are about to
remarkably
shoot
low
at us.
one by support standards anyway, because I mean like her base,
I feel like myself again.
base last right? And now it's these are good changes. These are good changes as well. Mantis, once HP has been
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
75, whatever. Of the support, she needs the least amount of changes. Seems like
Capture the
their
mission
way
area.
of combating people is just increasing the amount of time it takes to ult charge, which is, I mean, there's not really a whole lot else they can do other than making something if you have to hold support, ults charge slower. So, other than those two that, I just said this is a good way of starting. I think it's going to 100 change as well. Obviously, super good. I'm just a little worried that if we get into the habit of like, oh, our fix to solo characters is let's. The Cloak and Dagger one aside, that one's actually a really, really good nerf. But I think what they're trying to do is see how this floats without Cloak and Dagger being the support. Because albeit, when Cloak and Dagger is not one of the supports on the team, it feels way less fun than that character in general, which is, it made the quality of life of the game turn down quite a bit. Damage
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
So I wonder how much this damage nerf is. We will see. But I'm cool with it. Psionic this, so this is the one for Cylon and Teleport time reduced from 5 to 50. Bonus HP conversion increased from 25 to better already. Okay. That's fine.
Quantum match.
We'll move. 25 I require some energy. So this will be for midnight with your dagger. So whenever you pop down, I guess we'll get 55 in a second. Pop it. That's pretty good. Assemble! 4 seconds to 1 second. This is gonna help reduce the one-shot range.
This is real firepower.
So they get rid of this. Now it's just you cannot be.
The Cosmos heal.
This is an interesting change. It feels like they're really wanting you to start running Venom a lot more. I feel like they're trying to push us into that direction. Frozen Chi, this is the one with Luna Snow and Iron Fist. Healing increase from 50 to 75.
In a world consumed by
Enemy slow
darkness,
effect increase from 20
I
to
will
30. That's
gladly be the
kind of
light.
a crazy one. Okay. Okay. What are my opinions on the nerfs? The big elephant in the room for my channel is Magic. Do I
30
think this is
seconds
going to kill the
before you
character? Not even
Get
close.
ready.
Do I think that this is going to make her a little bit weirder to play?
Hey,
I feel like she's going to be less linear,
How much you want for it?
and you're going to
Not for
actually have to
sale.
work a little bit
What,
harder
are you
for some of
kidding?
your stuff,
Everything's for
which is
sale.
fine because I feel like this character already gets a lot of stray kills. But I think the biggest push that they're trying to do here is when your team is ahead and you're playing Magic, this feels like the most
The battle
oppressive and
starts
annoying
in
character in the
5,
game to play against.
4,
Well, like
3,
call us like
2,
let's call us fade
1.
as fade. When
All you need
this
to do is
character
capture the mission
winning,
area.
this
Got it?
character wins hard, but when they lose
Someone
pretty
should have stopped
not
you a
gracefully.
long time
So I think what they're trying to do is allow for the ultimate to come up more often for kind of these counterplays, but these are less oppressive as a side piece, right? So now you're not
Maximum pulse!
like if your team is just got all this momentum, but now you actually have
Fall back. No healer.
Looks like the mission area is close to capture now.
we have to see if the nerf is just a full gamma buff. But like this Hawkeye change is ridiculous. I hate this character. I don't want buffs for this character ever. I actually really appreciate the storm buffs or the storm nerfs.
I am
think
born and
Capture the
making
mission
this
area.
changing this to be more of a utility ability is
My
the perfect way because now you're getting rid of something, but the transaction is better because now your team is buffed. Making
This
it
place
like
is
your team
curious.
will always
Keep an eye
have
here.
a spot at the table in a game like this. So this is a good change. What else? It's like a one-to-one to everything that I ever played. Maybe without terror,
Us against the world.
is pretty big, and then with these things, dash lane,
You are safe now.
the healing effect of dash lane no longer stacks is like the single biggest nerf in the game. That's crazy. And then the support's getting nerfed, so great. Yeah, so let me know if you guys.
This is real firepower.
Reach the Vishanti's power. As a your time. Overall, I think this
Your
is
team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
remember, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go like and subscribe and show some love down below. I appreciate it, and have a good one. See you later, and bye bye.
My life force is fading. I require urgent
Get over here.
Healing power. We are in this together.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back
Portal,
to another
portal,
episode
portal.
of Spark Notes.
Maximum pulse!
Going over now some characters that I've already seen in the past, but against my benefit,
I feel better already.
Plan order of events that I wanted to go over, so video cannot jump longer than
I require some aid.
kind of try and figure back some things that
Us against the world.
So, to start out with, the first one is going to be Smite. Converts damage to focus health, which goes to all sources of damage that matching. Like, dish out on an enemy, giving their health.
Healing power.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Damage, and it goes all the way up to 400 like the fourth. Super duper good. It's going to be the meat and potatoes for fit for
It's my
It's going to allow him to activate the blues that can also have an assassin.
Quantum magic.
For the next ability, we're going to be talking about her stepping disc, which is going to be a teleportation move where she goes in a direction, left, right, forward, back, or like left, back,
Spacing.
right, back, etc., etc., etc. You get the point. So, upon doing this, two other abilities are going to be the Demon's Rage
I'll
and
get you next time.
the Eldritch Whirl. And now that's going to be with the primary fire and secondary fire buttons acting using the the ability. So whenever doing this, we go this move is a giant spin might that does not do a lot of damage, but it does do a little bit of shielding based on
Waiting until we
so if we go ahead and take a look afterward, and now we'll go ahead and we get 282 for hitting. So as you can see, this is going to be super good if you're in a crowd of enemies and you just want to get a lot of HP. Not a bad thing to throw. Next one is going to be the Demon's Rage, which is going to be an ability that is going to do a lot of damage in the long run. If you dump this on this one, quite a bit of chunks, and if you dump this on Squishy, as you can see, it does
Go, go, go.
super damage pretty quickly. Just and now the 250 HP is what I believe that's what also provides as well, as long as they're standing in it. Well, this will almost never happen. It's very, very good pairing with things like Wolverine's Ultimate, Brute Ultimate, and other things that might stun like Magnus, freeze, any Parker as well. So, really, really good. Go ahead and talk about the other thing. Kind of on the side of the door. When tanks are trying to break through this doorway right here, they are going to have to deal with this demon on the left. Break it or anything like that does not have a health bar
There's
as far
still
as I
so
know.
much to do.
It's just going to be free damage and free shielding as it stacks quite a bit over time as long as all of the attacks hit. So great, really wonderful ability. The next ability we're going to talk about is going to be called Magic Slash. This is going to be essentially fire action.
This is real firepower! Armed and dangerous!
Anyway,
Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna help him.
right inside your body. So we'll go and turn this all the way up to full. Oh, that's actually like 1 second.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Full charge up, throwing it at the end. Is going to do.
Go, 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 go.
It's not bad damage at all. Go ahead and show that. So with the melee, this is about the same amount. Really wonderful, awesome, cool, crazy good. It's going to be very good for combos, which we're going to talk about in a second. And the last ability we're going to talk about the ultimate. This is ability that is stacked that is going to be a lot of things.
Armed and
take enough. When aiming this ability to the back of a target's shoulder, it's going to miss. 9 times out of 10 it will miss. We'll go ahead and show it. Although we are quite close to the shoulder right here, we just completely clear it. This has to do with the FOV and it being over your right shoulder. Because of this, it's kind of the perception and where we are looking is not always going to be entirely accurate as we are aiming more so with our right shoulder. Because of this, we want to be looking over their enemy's right shoulder. And as you can see, we can be pretty generous. We'll go ahead and just look all the way over here. And we still get the hit, doing a lot of damage. Wonderful, allowing them to just kind of be a sitting duck. Now, we'll go ahead and talk about Darkchild. This ultimate is quite good, but it's also got a little bit of pros and cons to it that we are going to talk about really quick. This ultimate has a very, very long startup and very long ending animation that cannot be cancelled, and you can be hurt in as you get no defensive benefit for popping it until you start doing damage. So, we'll go ahead and show it off. The things that it helps, it actually buffs all of your abilities, doing more damage, making cooldowns much lower, and just having different properties. The Eldritch Whirl is going to do more hits, the Demon's going to do more damage, the E is going to do a lot more damage, and it's going to go a little further, I think, and then the Magic Slash is going to do a lot more damage. It's going to be incredibly high damage. Go ahead and show it off. As you can see, that is the long
right
animation,
heroes could make
and
all the difference.
there's the Eldritch Whirl. This is the damage that's going to dish out. It's going to be super great. The basic attack is also empowered, getting a little bit more damage out of that as well. Where it's going to do a slash of 3. Showing this off again, we'll go ahead and go over the other abilities, such as the big charge up of the range attack, doing almost a full HP bar.
Be wary.
And
No
the
timeline
dash,
exists
which
where
is going to
Magneto
do
yields.
a little bit more than half HP.
Round 1.
Go ahead and show this off on this guy right here. Doing a little bit more than half HP, as that bot was fairly low already. Very, very wonderful, super, super good. And we'll talk about in a second how you can make this ultimate work for you without dying.
They'll be coming in 30
So,
seconds.
the Dark
Stay
Child
strong.
ultimate, when using it, actually changes the properties of your abilities. Upon entering and leaving Dark Child, your cooldowns all will reset. If I have nothing on the bottom right, as you can see, whenever we transform here in a second, you will notice that all of my cooldowns completely reset no matter how much time is left on them.
Be
And
careful
we will
here.
go ahead and show that off right now. Getting rid of both of our stepping disc, the ranged attack, and the dash.
The battle starts
If you
in
look at the
5,
bottom right of my screen again,
4,
they are
3,
all back, allowing us to
2,
kind of go in,
1.
do a lot of damage until the timer runs out, etc.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
We dash out.
Patch you up.
Looking at the bottom right, we leave the animation, and we have all of our kit back yet again. Really wonderful, super, super good thing, and something that a lot of people are going to need to know whenever playing this character. A big piece of advice that I'm going to give
Better
to a lot
stop
of
that
people.
vehicle.
When using Dark Child, this ultimate is not going to be something that you are going to want to go in with the mindset of I'm going to kill their entire team. It's more of an ultimate that is going to dish out a lot of damage and cause a lot of chaos. You can frag out with it, but it's not always going to be what you're using it for. This ultimate is a very, very good way of baiting out support ultimates, especially in the meta that we live in right now, where the support is in pretty much every game that I that we play. So, when using this, you want to consider Dark Child as a point system. If Dark Child is a 6 out of 10 on the priority list, and Luna Snow is a 10 out of 10 on the priority list, using Dark Child to give up that ultimate in turn for forcing the ultimate that is a 10 is going to be very good. Team can kill Magic with Dark Child, not kill Luna Snow for the support when Luna Snow. This is a big deal. So, because of this, popping the ultimate and just running in there,
Patch you up.
doing a lot of damage. Say this bot is like, oh, I'm Luna Snow, I'm really scared, and they pop the ultimate. We consider this a win. You can do all of your damage, get your HP back, you come to the end of the animation, and you leave. And at this point, the Luna Snow ult is going on, and then they are a little bit frazzled because of how much damage you just done. And now your team is able to counteract with their own hits. It's going to be super good. Considering Magic ult in this
Anima bullet.
is a tool that you can play well because oftentimes they have this
This is real firepower.
which is great.
I could patch you up.
They have no skills, and you know that. That is whenever this ultimate is going to really shine. You're going to get a lot of damage out, and you will end up killing people so long as you get
Just what we need. You're ready for action.
really great ultimate for this reason. I really recommend it when people are popping this ultimate because of the long animation and startup. Rather than using it in the middle of it to fight whenever you're fighting, I highly recommend it. You dash out of the way and move all the way up here, popping the ultimate so it will reset and be in a little bit of safety, and then dashing back in to do all of the damage. You know, dishing out their share, and then at the end of the ultimate, as we talked about before, leaving them to get all of the guns back. And then you have a lot of options, whether that's diving again or playing with teams.
You're ready for action.
The next thing that we're going to talk about is Magic's combos. A lot of people really go nuts over these things. They are super good, but they're not entirely the everything combos of these. So you can get a lot of damage by Magic, but they're going to help you tremendously in the long run if you incorporate them into
Only
play.
60 seconds
There are two big times that we talk about Magic.
This is real firepower.
Eldritch Bolt and the other. We'll go over the dash first, and you guys can slow this down. I will do this twice, one when we're talking and the second time. So, for the first one, you're just going to charge up your attack, like so. The secondary fire, which is going to be the Magic Slash. Charging this all the way up, doing the dash directly after, and just hitting them with a basic attack right after that is going to
Down to
kill
30
anything
seconds.
that is 250 HP, which is going to be super
Stop them
great.
in their tracks.
Talking, showing it in a little bit of a slower thing without my commentary, it's going to look like this whenever it's built faster.
Opening a portal. You're welcome.
Really great. Cool variants. Next thing that we're going to talk about is going to be Magic says innovation at the very
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
right stick pressing down. For those of you on mouse and keyboard, I believe it's B, and to your rebounded to something else. Mine is on the side of the mouse. So we will go ahead and show it off. So all this is going to be is our primary fire followed up by melee.
The Moon Hawk
Your
much
current score
faster.
is
This gives you a little bit
2,
more of a chunk of damage, and it's
0.
going to help you build that shielding up as well.
Time to switch
So,
things up,
when showing this off,
including which
Eldritch
side
Whirl,
you're on.
also, you are able to pop the ability, and
Who are you
upon
calling
using
a
the uppercut
raccoon,
right
huh?
after
You'll need a
the
top-notch
spin
team
starts
to win
go
this
off,
one.
you will shoot yourself forward with the momentum carrying the damage with you, and it's going to look a little bit like this, popping it, doing the uppercut dash into the melee, into the melee cancel, which is going to be super good. So we'll go ahead and go over this again. This is going to be Eldritch Whirl into the dash, auto attack, melee cancel. The auto attack is the primary part for those of you confused. Really good.
Round 2.
We'll go ahead and show it one more time,
Heroes
and
a
I will,
little
without my
roguish and
commentary.
scruffy. Like me. Fools. Do you truly believe you can stop my
Super good.
grand
It's going to do
Armor
less
packs
damage
here.
because the Eldritch Whirl
Hey
just
up.
does less damage than the slash attack, but this will kill
30
pretty much
seconds
anything
before
that
you
is a
attack.
250
Get
HP
ready.
target. But with characters that are a little bit more tanky, like things known as 275, you will have to throw in the ranged attack at the end to make sure that they will fall and you can get the kill off. Not too terrible, not a big deal, but just making sure that you all know 275 HP targets will not die to this combo, something I did not cover in the last video. The Eldritch Whirl and
The battle starts in 5,
melee is going to
4,
be super good
3,
with the
2,
dash as well,
1.
because when in the ultimate, you are going to be
Get that
able
vehicle to
to shoot yourself out, making a lot of space and making sure that you're able to get that big, giant, sweeping attack from the base attack that it has during the ultimate. That's something that I should have covered in the last one that I did not, and I'm very sorry for that, just FYI. The next thing that we're going to talk about is kind of the mindset situation of what you want to do when playing Badger. This is a character that is very misunderstood, Elo especially, because a lot of people think that she's just a heavy dive character. When you can do that, when you can do it right at the top, to the higher ranks, when you hit flat, you're probably going to notice that a lot of people just will not let you do this for free. Comps like Namor and Penny will just be spot free if you're playing a lot of dive, and if you're really messing up the backline, people will eventually start to play around with it a lot more. Because of this, I cannot recommend enough that you kind of try to play content and build.
This is real firepower!
Helping pressure tanks while not killing them outright. The damage is a little bit more than that on a regular tank because you also do
Denizens of the
like
deep.
Get that
shield,
vehicle moving
basic,
again.
you know, primary fire.
rocket again.
Strange shield is the same thing. You're able to do that while still building the bonus HP. So say if Strange is here playing, will be to my right, and he's walking up to the shield, and then their Strange is here, this is him, and then he has his shield up. Our attacks are going through, we're still getting the damage, and we're getting the benefit that is building up.
Feel this is real firepower!
He's still taking damage, and our scores are
I am ready to put on a show.
to kind of help that guy out and stop him from taking as much damage. When this happens, this is a really
Armed and dangerous! Again!
you don't want to necessarily be looking at them per se, but you want to be looking at the backline. Where are the supports moving? Are they moving around getting uncomfortable? Is somebody on your team making them uncomfortable? When this is happening, Magic is very good at just bypassing the tank and just stack checking the support so long as you the other thing. So if you go ahead and take a look, dashing out, with that in mind of the tank still being here, we are so fast that we're able to get in, and then upon ending the combo, which we will show here in a second,
Armor packs here! Pay up!
we are able to just dash back out, and we are able to drop a demon on the tank back again. It's going to be super great when pressuring because it's going to allow you to play up with the tank, and usually in some situations if you're playing with the Doctor Strange, them solo tanking cannot be as bad for them because you were playing sort of like a pseudo tank as we would call it for the sake of this video.
Who needs a power-up?
The next thing we're going to do is going to be more of a target priority and who to target whenever you try that and when to die
This is real firepower!
We'll go ahead and consider that their tank might be playing.
Behold the god of thunder!
Let's say
Only 60 seconds left.
that the tank from the 10 and our tank from the 20
Pop out 1 in the morning.
the supports on their enemy team are still here around the back of the 5. When this
Ah,
happens,
wow, guys.
this is a really good time whenever no eyes are on you or there's supports where you can actually move in and kind of start to kill. Whether this be a Hela in the back line, a Hawkeye in the back line, maybe 2 supports that will land your
Dangerous is my way!
prioritizing when to go in is going to be super good. Waiting for the
Feel the wrath of the
allows
goddess!
tanks hearing, oh my god, this is great. pressing them out, moving them back, and dealing a lot of damage. As in space, it's really, really great. It's super
Things
good
are gonna be
for
different
situations like
this
this.
time.
Now let's talk the big thing.
The final 10
Choosing who
seconds.
to dive in these situations. Let's say Bot on the right is
Armed and dangerous!
Bot on the left.
I am ready to rock the show.
This is real good!
Keep fighting until we have a winner.
Will be good. Although Cloaking Dagger does have a way of getting out of the situation when not looking good, maybe they're not fast enough to react. Moon Snow is still so you're going to need that extra second of getting that hit out, whereas the Cloaking Dagger will die to your basic combo, which is good here unless you're doing magic slide earlier. So for
This is real firepower!
doing it this way, you kill the Cloaking Dagger and then we get out, then we get back up, or maybe our tanks are still pressuring and the other tank is not turned around yet. Instead of dashing out, we can start now pressuring them and then dash out.
Final
Or
score,
maybe we have
0,
our big
2,
giant
1.
dash, the Umbral Incursion. We have that back, and we can dash back into the safety of our
Well, you
and
can't
the
expect
back
to
line,
win
and
them
then we
all.
can go back to, as we said before, pressuring the tank. In doing this, mixing both these playstyles in matches is going to help you a lot. It's going to keep the enemy guessing on their toes. It allows you to be also not only just a bruiser that can pressure the tank and brawl with the best of them whenever you're doing that because you do a lot of damage. It's also going to allow you to be a gnat in the ear that is going to just kind of be making the supports worry, maybe standing in a little bit less of an optimal spot to heal their tank, where the tank is going to have to play around them more, losing that kind of space, which is going to be super duper good for your team in the long run. Now we are going to talk about some good and bad tank pairings. In my opinion, I consider characters that are going to play with the safety of good pairings and characters that are going to be diving with you less optimal because you're putting yourself at a lot more risk because you don't have the safety of a Strange, Magneto shield, that type of thing. Characters that are going to be super good for Magic are going to be characters like Hulk. They're going to be characters like Doctor Strange, Magneto, Penny Parker, because you're playing around them. Hulk can dive, but he also has the Gamma Shield, which is going to protect you quite a bit. Magneto has the shield as well as the bubble, allowing you to dive aggressively when calming. Doctor Strange has the big shield and a lot of damage to help walk up whenever you're walking up, making space for him. Super great. Characters that I don't really like with this character are Thor, because Thor has nothing that can really protect you. He's kind of playing for himself. He's a very
You'll
selfish
need a
pick.
top-notch
Captain
team
America,
to win
much
this
of the
one.
same, has nothing to really provide you with anything other than his ultimate whenever he has it up. Really not great. And for the most part, that's like my biggest issues. Venom as well. Venom is again, selfish character. You want characters that can help provide things for the team as well as themselves, not just selfish characters like Thor, Cap, Venom, that are going to provide a lot for themselves, not so much for the team. Going over pros and cons of this character. In some of the videos that I've talked about, you'll have seen, and especially in the tier list, there are characters that can really make Magic's life hell. Magic gets countered by sharpshooters a lot.
You
That
can count on
get
me.
close to
I
very
got a
easily
plan.
on maps like the Shibuya map, where there's a lot of long corridors, and the new alley map
30
on,
seconds before you attack.
New York,
Get
where
ready.
there are a lot of long streets. Magic has a hard
Armor
time when
pack
sharpshooters
here.
are tracking
Pay
her,
up.
making
One
sure
of
that
these
they keep
days, we're going
ample
to have
distance to make
talk
sure that
about
she cannot just dive
thieves.
them for free.
Not
Magic
today,
also has a
though.
lot of problems dealing
No.
with characters that have a sun or get out of jail free card like Cloak and Dagger, Moon Snow, Mantis Sleep, Namor Double. These types of things can be really annoying. CC is a really big deterrent for
The
Magic
battle
as well,
starts in
which can
5,
cause a lot of problems for you in the long run, as
3,
well as characters that can
2,
just straight up
1.
box her and kick
All
her
you
out
need
of
to
the
do
team
is
fight with a
capture
lot
the
of
mission
ability
area.
to do
Got
a lot
it?
of damage at the same time. Another comment we're going to want to talk about is what if your tank is not playing super duper forward? If your tank is playing a little bit back, for lack of a better term, like pussy, and they do not want to play forward, they don't want to actually interact with the other tank and play neutral correctly. So say our tank is here on 20 and their tank is here on 10, and our tank is rather than walking forward, walking backward, Magic gets almost no value. This is a big issue. If your tank is doing this, you might as well swap. We talk about this every video that we do over the character. Playing up with the tank requires your tank to be sturdy, and they have to be the core of your team as a tank should. The problem is if your tank is filled, or maybe their soul is empty, they're a little bit uncomfortable because of this, and they are backing up, you are required one of two things. Either you swap to full dive mentality, where you give up on your tank because they are clearly not going to be able to do anything because their tank is just making all this space, and you just swap to a dive mentality where you walk into the back of their backline, playing cover to cover, and just diving supports over and over again, like so. Or you swap. There are not a whole lot of other options that you have here because the tank needs to be in their face, as we talked about a minute ago. Otherwise, you cannot pressure because there's nothing to pressure you. Tank's not here. You have no help in yourself. You walk up by yourself. There's dead to rights. You gun down and it's over for you. Just like that. As if nothing happened.
Gotta go throw you from a twig.
A lot of foes for the character, as we talked about before. Magic is super duper.
This is real firepower!
With tanks
Shield disappear!
because she's able to get her counter stacked up pretty quick, being able to do a lot with that and then moving forward and diving, which is super great. The problem with this character, however, is in higher elo as you play and you play against better people, characters like Namor and Penny can be problematic. Good players on these characters are going to shut you down, as well as characters like Squirrel Girl. They are really tough with matchups. Magic has a lot of good dives in this style and playing with the tank, but it's not going to matter if you not really utilize the fact that you cannot always be the all-star player. Sometimes you have to take the back seat, especially for matchups that are especially bad or Namor and Penny. When there's an instant swap from grass in the backline or something like that. Characters like Hela, after the nerf, are not as hard to deal with because you can't one-shot her now, but other characters like one-shotting her, and she does a lot of damage, and really dump on you just to make your life a living hell sometimes. Hawkeye is also a really annoying one because he can track you while you're coming out of the portal. I had a really bad take on him in Fearless where I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but after climbing the ranks a bit more and dealing with it, it is pretty problematic. Characters like Storm and Iron Man are not your best friends. While you'll see the crazy clips of people killing them out in the sky, it's not always going to be
Never miss!
players that have played it for you. I've already made this a long video, and I will have more explaining further. But for those of you new, I would really love if you like this video and subscribe. We're getting close to 10,000 subs on YouTube, and I am super grateful for all of you, and I appreciate it. I love to see one of you.
This is real firepower! You ready for
Love ya. See you later. Bye.
What kind of person makes nests?
Leave that to the spider! Before we get started, sorry for like
We deliver this
I
to
made a
Null,
video
he's
saying
done
that I'm back. I was sick
Halfway there. Keep going.
and did not have the videos back up. I played on stream a bit, but my energy exactly wasn't quite there a lot of the time, so I didn't really feel comfortable putting all of that on like a video format. But anyway, I digress. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I'm back. Like, actually, I'm back. Third time. Anyway, Patrick.
You're ready for
This is my favorite character in the game. I think Patrick's
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
I think she's a really, really good flex pick. I think she can fill a really, really good role when you with 2 tanks or even 1 tank. She's a really good option. Magic strengths come in.
You're welcome.
Bullshit.
Okay, more backups. Just what we need.
Fits a really, really, really good role.
I could use for the day.
She's a brawl
Vehicle reached
assassin.
the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Kind of
I'll patch you up.
hybrid. That can
Namor's alone
really
again.
hang.
Just in time.
In a brawl setting.
Don't mind me.
That's not what any role obviously, but that's going to be a lot of what you're going to be trying to do and
Namor called it back.
teammates. So let's talk about the big thing. So
ready for
everyone loves it. Everybody wants to know how. Combo is super simple. You've got 2 main bread and butters that you're going to actually want to like kind of get in the hang of. First off, we're going to talk about
Against the world.
everybody's super
With you.
the really weird thing about shooting
It's time for us to head underground. Feeling
I'm sure a lot of
fantastic.
people know that's over your right shoulder. It applies.
This is real
So let's go
firepower.
into it. So if you see him looking straight at the bot,
You're ready for action.
we're gonna look a little bit left
Just
to
in
center.
time.
It's going to happen a lot of people. A lot of people are going to miss because of this. Press E. We
Don't let anything stand in your
we
way.
clear. Like we don't even get that
Battlefield
close.
ready again.
It's pretty brutal, but we look over here. Pretty generous.
I'll patch you up.
Over there, Bullet. Check that out. Crazy, right? Really
Never
really
miss.
have
Disappear.
your right side. So, yeah.
Maximum pulse!
I would say that's pretty generous. Because all things considered, you can pretty much not even do this.
Fucking hurt.
But that compared to this, where you don't even clear the you just clear that's field goal status, you're just missing entirely. But now that we've gone over that a bit, practice that a little bit in actual games. Go into quick matches, do whatever you need to do, make sure you're actually hitting this pretty consistently. The bot actually, this guy's actually pretty okay practice with warm-up kind of thing. Anyway, first combo, we're gonna go with the probably the more optimistic.
Gotta get this thing under the. You're ready for it.
So it's actually you charge up, you throw that bitch, dash in,
Leave them to Khonshu.
pretty good, pretty simple, pretty clean. I don't think anything else needs to be acknowledged. Really
Twigs
about
all
it.
grown
Anyway, next combo,
You guys ready to overthrow?
got you covered.
and it's going
Let's
to
do
involve
this.
autos. Before we talk about this, though, it's really important.
Ready
Take
for
a
a
look.
boost?
Magic's range is pretty
Only
decent.
60 seconds
Got a
left.
pretty good wide swing, everything. Like it's pretty solid. But the problem with Magic is it's slow as shit. Like this is great. But what you can do is that you can actually
Against the world.
melee attack and do auto attack. And what are autos? They're just your standard like
The current
throw it out
score
in some of
is
the terms. Anyway,
3,
you get
2,
the picture.
0.
Not really a whole lot more need to
Time to
talk about with
switch
that.
things up, including
So
which
that's really
side
important
you're
though,
on.
because you can actually weave in one of those guys
Who are you calling
the
a
air.
raccoon? Huh?
Whenever
The
you're,
right heroes could make
hitting
all
with
the
E.
difference.
Why is that important? Because the second kill combo for killing like squishies is actually going to be portal. You're gonna do your Eldritch Whirl into the E, into an auto, into a melee cancel. Super duper great, super duper clean, super cool. Now we're gonna talk about mindsets for the character. I think that's a big one. A lot of time whenever I see people play Magic and I see them do something they shouldn't be doing, I'll see two different types of people. I'll see the type of person that sits in the back line perma all day. This is how people typically try to play this character at the start. Whenever they first like, get their hands on her, they'll sit back here and they will just wait. They'll throw this out. They'll hit a squishy. They'll dive into 4 people. They'll whiff. They'll die. Game is over. Your DPS is throwing.
What,
You can't
humans?
really do a whole lot. And they'll
They don't
typically switch after
understand
that.
anything because they never listen.
Or we'll see the type that won't really care where their tank is at all. And they're just gonna
Armor patch
dash in.
here.
They're just
Hey,
spamming abilities, perma fighting in 4 people, they die. They're dying every time. It doesn't matter.
The battle starts in
They just
5,
don't understand.
4,
and that's okay. That's why
3,
we're here. We're here to
2,
help them. We're here to
1.
the system, and we're here to help you,
You
yell
have to
at them
stop
when they're
them
doing
from
that
securing the mission
So,
area.
next part, pretty
Once we get
interesting.
this
We're gonna
timeline
talk
thing
about-
sorted
I
out,
don't know what we're gonna be
I'm
doing in
taking
Mindset,
a
because
long
both playstyles
vacation
have
somewhere with lots of stuff to see.
fine.
You're ready for action.
First one, the assassin playstyle. There's a lot more. We're gonna call it like a potential man kind of mindset. It's really good, and it's really good at actually mental mind gaming because Magic is not exactly like Spider-Man because she actually does have like the guns to back up her survivability.
Feeling fantastic.
Dive into 2 people. You can't outplay it. You're gonna be a bit beefy, and it's not gonna be like a one-shot unless you're stunned. But we'll talk about that later. So.
You're ready for
What you want
action.
to do is this character is really reliant on where is your team? Where is your team? That is like the biggest thing. More so than other dive characters. When you play
That's me.
you need to make sure that your tank is like whatever you need to do, because you cannot play this character if you cannot dive recklessly in the backline if your tank is like picking daisies.
Get ready to lock
If your tank
and
is
over.
really far back, we're gonna so not 5 meters, something like 15 meters, 20 meters. Your tank is back there, and you're attempting to just like dive.
I'll
They can
patch
help
you up.
I hate to say this, it's curtains 9 times out of 10. It's gonna be really hard for them to assist you in this situation. But if they're like 10, 15-ish meters, like give or take, like encroaching on 10 to 5, this actually works pretty good because you got their backline right here. So we'll call this like like levels of layers. So if they're doing 2,
I'll
2, 2,
patch you up.
you get their backline, their damage, and you got their tanks. This won't always be the case, obviously.
Don't mind me.
Us against the world.
Leave them to
This is support.
This is real
Your tank is
firepower.
actually in their ship. And
Your
you got
move never miss.
this actually where you have a really good time. Playing with 2 tanks is when you can do this a lot more.
This is real firepower!
Feeling
You can
fantastic.
actually go in, and you're out of there, and then what do you do after this? Well, when you're waiting on cooldowns especially, you're actually just going to be poking. You're not going to be using a bunch of abilities. You might be able to throw a rifle in there.
You need to stop
You
that
don't
vehicle
typically
in
want to
its
be just
tracks.
using anything for no reason. You want to use your abilities for
You're
a
ready for
purpose, not for the sake of just using it. But that's the success of it. It's not always going to be like the thing that you can do, but it's going to be pretty good a lot of times. They're getting really sloppy. They don't really have any parkour that help like dive. They don't have it anymore. That kind of thing. It's gonna be pretty solid. It's pretty good. Now, what if we have one tank? What are we doing then? Like, if we have one tank, what is the move? Magic's really good at this. She's super duper duper good at just being a pseudo tank of sorts. She does more damage than your tank, but she can't tank as good as a tank. It's really nice. So we're gonna say this is the tank. This is the back line, right? Perfect situation. You're actually just gonna be with your tank, applying pressure. You don't intend to kill the tank. That's not your goal. You just want to kill these friends that they really need to be urgent with your help, because at any time, oh, there's scary magic things over there who do much damage. That's not what we want. We want the support to get uncomfortable and think that they have to move so you can do something freaky like this. And what do we do after that? We're helping the tank again. We got our kill, we're backing out. Or, now, this is really nice. If you're full HP and you stack your team, you're gonna build your stacks for bonus which you get by
This is real firepower!
You're gonna get that
Against the world!
now,
This is real firepower!
like this, where
The move!
Feeling fantastic.
you're in there, right? You just mortal out, you drop demon,
I'll patch you up.
And this is why
More
I
damage,
chose
you're helping your tank.
Meteor.
And you're backing up whenever you need more cooldown. Not so. Especially in situations where your tank is scared. Low elo especially, where they're walking backward and they're just worried. They're really scared. I don't know why. It happens more often than you think. If somebody's filled, they normally play Jeff the Shark, or they play like Luna. They don't really know what to do. It's an awkward situation for them. So, the unfortunate problem is whenever you're in a situation like this, it's best to just switch.
I'll patch you up.
Play something that's going to apply pressure in a way that Magic can't, because if your tank is going to play like a tank, you can't play like a tank either. It's a very codependent relationship to the tank if you're playing Magic. You know, in one tank situation. Because all you need is one good tank. One good tank, and you can actually really flex this a lot. Unless you're like hard CC, but typically you're gonna want to be playing like a pairing with something like Hulk is a great example of this, because you're playing behind him. If you need a bubble and he pops bubble since you're on top of him, you're gonna get it, and it's really good. It's huge. It's nice. It's really great. You can actually get a lot of value out of having characters like Hulk,
Only 60
Magneto,
seconds left.
Thor.
My good deed for the
Your goal is to position on this character where if you're playing with one tank, you probably have two of them.
Stands with you!
What are they probably doing? They're probably either one of them's probably on Hela, or one of them's probably eating on Spider-Man. So you're actually going to be able to recover the
Feeling
Spider-Man face,
fantastic.
because I can probably do anyway. But you're in a pretty good spot where you can actually help the tank, apply pressure here. You can actually, you have a pretty good window to, if your support gets, you know, they've got somebody on them, Venom dies. Well, you're back. You're home, you're helping your support. What do you do after that's over? You go back up, recharge your cooldowns. In the fight, you're doing pretty good. You're diving that backpack, you're out of there. You're helping the tank. Pretty solid, pretty cool. Great, awesome. I'm glad to talk
Us
about
against the world!
Final
biggest,
score.
like
3,
large
2,
thing.
1.
To kind of summarize, you're a really good assassin whenever you have two tanks. You're very optimistic when you only have one about that
Another
kind of thing.
epic victory!
Or you're in a really good spot. You have a tank that can play forward. If a tank is really scared or like backward, probably swap or just want to force the pick. You might just want to at that point just say fuck it and then just start playing like an assassin anyway. Because you're not going to be able to be healed like a tank. You're not going to be able to survive a lot of stuff the way a tank can. It's tragic, but it's true. So, let's talk about Demon and Whirlwind. We talked about the E, pretty much everything like that. We'll talk about it more with the ult, but now let's talk about Demon and Whirlwind. So, whenever you use your shift, obviously you go through the portal. Really, really nice. You have two options. You have the Whirlwind, or you have the Demon. Now that little critter, the Demon, he's actually probably the most, in my opinion, underrated ability in the game. I think the Demon is really, really good. I think that people don't talk about it enough, and I don't think that they're knowing how to use it. Demon has a lot of properties that can really, really assist you in games. So, for one, it's actually best if we do this over here. So we're gonna wait for the spot to go in. Say that there's like 3